Hello all. Before we begin the video, let's discuss CloudFoundation. CloudFoundation is the premier online training platform to help individuals and organizations gain knowledge and skills in the ever-growing cloud computing industry.
To entitlement. If it is for some other application, you may call it as entitlement, you may call it as groups. But if you want to control your own application, like Sailpoint is our own application, right? And the same way, we should create our access permission on our own based on the requirement. So in that scenario, how to create them, how to manage them. It's all about capability. Capability is nothing, it's a way of controlling user access on the Sailpoint application. And we should learn how to assign these capabilities automatically based on their job function, based on their nature of job. If they are developers, then we should assign developer capability so that they can access all the Sailpoint functionality based on their job. If they are a QA person, if they are a architect, if they are a system administrator, so then we should provide all access. Like if they are a system administrator, we should provide full access. So we can control these features with the help of capability. Okay. Once these capabilities are done, we'll talk about certification. Do you guys have any idea what is certification?
No.
Okay. Other folks?
User access review kind of thing.
Yeah, it's same. User access review. If you don't mind, can you elaborate that? What is that? Why do we require? If you guys have any idea. I'm not pointing out anyone. So whatever comes on your mind, feel free to talk.
Something where the access is maintained for that quarter from a manager or a user, ensuring the governance in organization stays in a right direction. And if a person is moving from one department to another, his roles and other access should be blocked and all things.
Exactly. So let me put it in a simple way. Let's say you are part of a company. Okay. Your access needs to be maintained on a periodically basis. Let's say some critical application access has been assigned to you. Your access needs to be revoked, right? Because it's assigned to be it could be accidentally assigned or it could be purposefully assigned, but which is not required to perform your job. So those access will be stay on your user profile. Now your manager or some other person needs to review your access on a periodical basis. Okay, not on a daily basis. They will decide. It depends on the criticality of the application. If it is a critical application, then we should review all the user access on a monthly basis or on a quarterly basis. If it is not a critical application, then we can review once in a 6 month, once in a year. So access review means the particular person, or you may call it a certifier, that person will review all the employee access. While reviewing the access, they have some criteria like, okay, he's a developer, then this access will be required. If he's not a developer, then access is not required. So they will review all the user access and they will revoke. Revoke means if it is not required, then they will remove the access without any approval. Okay, I hope you guys understood what is user access review, which means certification. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes.
Basically, certifier or some particular identity, a particular person will review all the user access. If the access is required, if the application access is required, they will leave as it is. If the application access is not required, they will take the necessary action to remove the access immediately without any approval. Okay, so it's all about certification. So in Sailpoint, we have different type of application. So we'll talk about all different type of application. Along with that, so certification is a big process. Like here, a lot of teams are going to involve. So first, governance team are going to involve. Second, stakeholders. Third, certification team. Fourth, support engineer, Sailpoint support engineer. Fifth, Sailpoint developers. Okay. So as I said, these people are going to involve to fulfill and to complete the certification process. Governance team and certification team, they are going to involve and they will decide, okay, this is the application, what we need to review, and this is how we are going to review. These are the phases needs to be fulfilled, and this application needs to be reviewed once in a 6 month or the execution frequency. So everything they will decide, and they will create one certification, and the certification items will forward it to the certifier. So here certifier also is going to involve in this activity. So certifier is the one who is going to review the access. Okay. Once you reviewed and some access is not required, so certifier will provide his decision. Okay, this access is not required for this person, so remove this access immediately. So the access removal will happen as usual. It may be automated process, it may be manual process. In between this activity, in this process, if anything goes wrong, maybe certifier is not able to take his action, or certification team is not going to configure the certification from there, and they are facing any technical issue, so support engineer will pitch in and he will resolve the issue. And when developer is going to involve, any idea in this activity? So developer will involve, as I said already, in this activity, if you want to exclude some set of people, some set of identities, or if you want to exclude some set of applications to be reviewed, so in that scenario, developer will pitch in and he will write some customization rule or exclusion rule. So this is how certification we are going to learn on a 360-degree view. Does that make sense? Okay. So in the next chapter, we are going to talk about SOD policies. So what type of policy we have in Sailpoint, like SOD policies, we may have some generic policies. So it depends on the requirement, how to implement that. Once the policy is activated, if any employee is going to violate those policies, how the policy violation is going to trigger. Once the policy violation is triggered, how to manage them. As a support engineer, if they are facing any technical issue, how to resolve them, how to troubleshoot them, how to capture the logs, and how to rectify that. So we will learn everything. Okay, it's all about creation of policies, monitoring, managing, and providing support. So we will learn from all perspectives. Reports I told already. So in the task and reports, we will learn on the same one, and we'll talk about most of the out of the box reports. And apart from that, we will talk about these provisioning policies. It's related to app onboarding, roles, and workflows. So provisioning policies are nothing, it's form. So we will talk about that very briefly. And we will talk about work items, because work items plays the major role in Sailpoint. For each and every activity, if you're looking for any approvals or any pending items from other person, so definitely this work item is going to be forwarded to them, and we will get their decision from with the help of work item. So how to manage them, how to delegate this work item, how to reassign, if any technical issues, we are not able to approve the work items, so how to manage them, we will talk about that everything. And along with that, this we'll talk about IAQ console. We have a lots of command over there. We can access Sailpoint from front end, from GUI page. We can access Sailpoint from debug page. It's an object browser. You may call it as backend. Okay. Along with these two, you have another forum or another where you can access Sailpoint is IAQ console. Okay. But here you need to know all the commands to access Sailpoint. So we will talk about this IAQ console very briefly. So after that, we will talk about work groups, populations, why do we require, how to create them, how to manage them, everything. And this advanced analytics. So in each and every chapter, we may require to access this advanced analytics. Okay, we'll talk about that briefly. And we'll talk about this risk management, because each and every project require risk management. If we are going to implement this risk management, we can protect our data. Okay. If any danger is going to happen, we can protect our data. At least we can minimize the risk. So we will talk about this risk management. Okay. So after that, we will talk about provisioning. What is provisioning? So it's a very important chapter. Okay. So you should know what is provisioning. Can any one of you tell me what is provisioning on a high level?
Providing access to somebody.
Exactly. So providing access to the end user on a particular application, because the end user is looking for application access, right? And we should make sure the required or requested access has been granted. So that's all about provisioning. Here, a lot of operation is going to involve. It could be create operation, it could be modify operation, it could be delete operation, or maybe we need to enable the account, we need to disable the account. A lot of operations are going to involve in this activity. So we will talk about this provisioning. What is provisioning? And here we are going to discuss about a lot of workflows. Okay, because a lot of workflows is going to involve in this activity. The moment end user submitted an access request, in the backend, a lot of workflows is going to call one by one. So we'll talk about all the workflows first. Second, how to transition the workflow, how to add these variable values, what is arguments, variables, how to add the new step. We'll talk about everything. Okay, on an out of the box manner. So once the provisioning is done, we will talk about lifecycle manager. What is lifecycle manager?
And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.